Right, let's bring you some transfer news. And after missing
Post-Pep era ignited, Manchester City secure record-breaking deal for World Cup star Elliot Anderson. The winds of change are blowing fiercely through the Etihad Stadium. Following the monumental and emotional departure of Pep Guardiola after a glittering, trophy-laden decade in Manchester, the club's hierarchy has wasted absolutely no time in mapping out the future. In a statement of unparalleled intent, Manchester City have finally made their first major splash of the summer transfer window, striking a staggering agreement to sign Nottingham Forest's midfield sensation Elliot Anderson. The pursuit of the highly rated 23-year-old has been anything but straightforward, developing into one of the most fiercely contested transfer sagas of the summer. With rival clubs, including a determined Manchester United, lurking in the wings, City's hierarchy remained resolute. Forest owner Evangelos Marinikis initially drove a hard bargain, turning down an initial 9-figure proposal and forcing City chairman Khaldoon Al-Mubarak to restructure the package to meet a valuation pushing toward a historic £130 million. The catalyst that ultimately dragged this complex deal across the finish line was Anderson's stunning display at the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States. Operating on football's grandest stage for England, the midfielder has rapidly transitioned from a rising domestic star into an absolute international indispensable. His breathtaking performance in England's high-stakes 4-2 Group L opening victory against Croatia left senior Etihad officials completely convinced that no expense should be spared to secure his services. During that thrilling encounter against Croatia, Anderson effectively functioned as the tactical barometer for Thomas Tuchel's side. Showcasing an incredible blend of physical power and elite technical coordination, he turned the match on its head shortly after half-time. Shrugging off defensive pressure, Anderson delivered a perfectly weighted, first-time lofted pass down the touchline that allowed Jude Bellingham to convert beautifully. It was a moment of sheer brilliance that echoed loudly all the way back to the boardrooms in Manchester. Beyond that singular assist, it was Anderson's relentless work rate and tactical flexibility that truly captivated spectators and scouts alike. Even in the exhausting 88th minute of his 60th match of a grueling season, the dynamic midfielder was seen tracking the ball single-handed across the entire width of the pitch to force a crucial turnover. His ability to fluidly shift from a right-sided central role to a wide left-sided outlet proved that he is a complete modern footballer capable of thriving under intense pressure. This spectacular World Cup showcase provided the ultimate leverage to break the transfer deadlock. With the tournament actively unfolding in the United States, Manchester City successfully accelerated negotiations behind the scenes to iron out the final details with Nottingham Forest. To prevent any late hijacking from European rivals, arrangements have already been finalized for Anderson to undergo his medical examination directly on American soil before officially signing his contract. This blockbuster acquisition provides incoming manager Enzo Maresca with the foundational cornerstone he desperately requires to build his new project. Maresca, whose highly anticipated appointment as head coach on a contract until June 2029 has been delayed by a complex £10 million compensation dispute with his former club Chelsea, is known to view Anderson as an essential tactical asset. The Italian tactician, a former assistant to Guardiola during the legendary 2022-23 treble campaign, demands maximum technical versatility from his midfielders. Maresca's structural blueprint relies heavily on players who can effortlessly manipulate space, ride physical challenges, and distribute the ball into attacking pockets with minimal delay. In his academy days, Anderson operated primarily as a winger and a number 10, a background that grants him an elite attacking edge. Having matured into a robust box-to-box presence at Nottingham Forest, he perfectly embodies the modern 6 or 8 hybrid who can screen the defense, execute complex passing overloads, and create wide triangles. The timing of this breakthrough could not be more vital for the citizens, as the squad must quickly adapt to a profound structural vacuum. The post-Pep transition has been further complicated by the immediate exit of longtime midfield orchestrator and star man Bernardo Silva. The Portuguese maestro's departure has left a massive void in terms of creativity, leadership, and ball retention capability, making the swift recruitment of a premier succession plan a matter of absolute urgency. Furthermore, there are growing whispers concerning the long-term future of Ballon d'Or winner Rodri at the club. Recognizing the tactical evolutionary shifts in the Premier League, where physical dominance and aggressive press resistance have become paramount, City are determined not to fall behind their domestic rivals. Rumours suggest that the club is also looking at Newcastle United's imposing anchor Sandro Tonali to potentially forge a frighteningly physical double pivot alongside Anderson. Securing a signing of this astronomical magnitude provides an immediate wave of optimism for a fan base still processing the end of the most successful managerial tenure in the club's history. By authorising a transfer fee that will make Anderson one of the most expensive British players of all time, Manchester City's leadership has sent a resounding message to the rest of European football: the era of dominance is not coming to an end, it is simply evolving. As the final administrative loose ends are tied up and Enzo Maresca prepares to officially take the reins at the Etihad, the arrival of Elliot Anderson marks the definitive dawn of a brand new chapter. With a jaw-dropping international display validating his world-class potential, the former Forest man arrives with the immense responsibility of anchoring a midfield dynasty. The Guardiola era may be etched in gold, but the foundations of the Maresca project are officially being laid down.